Merry Christmas and welcome to Studio 5. We've got a great show in store for you. A first look at a new film in theaters Christmas Day. And we're sitting down with recording artist Anthony Faulkner. He has some new Christmas music to share with us. We want to begin with a complete unknown. A young man transforms the folk and music scene and becomes a legend. His story, now a major motion picture.
I want to tell you a little story. A few months back, my friend Woody Guthrie and I, we met a young man. He dropped in on us out of nowhere and he played us a song. In that moment, we got a feeling we were getting a glimpse of the future.
Like a Rolling Stone, take 8.
The Bob Dylan story in itself is a story about being an artist and how we find our way in the world. One of the things that's most important to me are the performances, is the collaboration with the actors.
Once upon a time, you're just so fine. Through the bums of dime in your prime.
Timmy and I, it's been 5 years working on this movie together.
It was important for me to sing and play live because if I can actually do it, why should there be an element of artifice here? And I'm proud that we took that leap. You used to laugh about.
There's 40 songs in the movie that he performs live on guitar and harmonica and singing live, take after take after take.
I had goosebumps. You can see how much love and how hard he's worked and how much he cares about getting this right.
Oh, how does it feel?
I see you in there.
Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Oh, where have you been, my darling young one? I stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I walked and I crawled on 6 crooked highways.
It's a true feat.
Bob Dylan has written some of the most iconic songs of the last century.
Bob and his music reigns over culture.
I'm so infatuated with lyrics and songwriting, and that was Bob's genius.
Every music moment is super grounded and has a purpose. It's story-driven, character-driven. It was clear that we needed to do everything live.
I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. It was important for me to sing and play on set because it was in the spirit of the movie to do it live.
He learns the entire thing, top to bottom. That's harmonica and guitar and vocal. It was pretty special.
Woody wants to hear something. You shy?
Not usually. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam.
He was writing music that was more blunt about things that were going on.
Bob wouldn't let himself be boxed in, which for me as a young artist is the most inspiring. For the times they are a-changing.
His genius and the power of his songs and personality ends up elevating him till he's bigger than the movement he was taken into.
I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. It's a hard, oh, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rain, and it's gonna fall.
There's an energy and chemistry to the interaction between a performer and a live audience that's just different.
We're set up to record all of the performances for real. All of the microphones are real period microphones. All the instruments are real period instruments.
We have done this movie 100% live. There's no earpiece, there's no timing mechanism or anything.
There's a lot that has to happen to feel authentic to them on stage. It has to feel real, like a live show. And a lot of Bob's performances are improvised, so for Timmy to be up there and make each performance his own is incredible.
You know what I was so proud of with every actor in this was everyone fiercely defended their real-life counterpart.
It's a movie about music that is unadorned and authentic. You could feel the thing working for everyone.
Didn't you?
Bob has really resisted categorization. He has resisted being put in a box.
Not sure they want to hear what I want to play, Johnny.
Make some noise, BD. Track some mud on carpet.
Oh, how does it feel? Words are relevant. Times they are changing is relevant. Blowing in the Wind is relevant.
Music's still all over the radio.
He changed folk music forever and music forever.
Like a complete unknown. Like a complete unknown. Like a rolling stone.
Please note the film is rated R. Still to come.
It's the time of year, gather around the Christmas tree.
Singer and songwriter Anthony Faulkner shares a new take on a Christmas classic. And he gets personal with a look inside his life and career. You've been doing this now for how long?
Ooh, over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
What's the journey been like?
Journey's been incredible. You know, been able to touch down on 6 continents thus far. I think the last time we met it might have been 3.
Welcome back to this special Christmas edition of Studio 5. Recording artist Anthony Faulkner is a philanthropist with a passion for culture and for travel. The award-winning singer and songwriter has been busy on this music journey for more than 20 years and is not planning to stop anytime soon. Let's talk about what is life like for an independent artist for yourself. You've been doing this now for how long?
Ooh, over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
What's the journey been like?
Journey's been incredible. You know, been able to touch down on 6 continents thus far. I think the last time we met it might have been 3.
Now I'm free.
Going back and looking back, you know, it's been an epic journey.
Now you are extremely popular abroad and called upon, especially on the continent of Africa. Why do you think that is?
Man, I don't know. I welcome every call. And I always say, if you guys want to honor me, I will show up. Just let me know. But my first trip to Africa was with gospel great Andre Crouch. I was one of his pioneer backup singers, and wow, that was years ago. So I would sing The Blood. That was my song with Andre Crouch.
Wow. I've been through it all, and I've learned to trust in you. In spite of all the trials that come, I trust you.
Now, you are here during the holiday season. How does life change for you during this time of year?
Oh, that's a good question. It really doesn't. No, you know, being, you know, independent artist, you know, a record label owner, it's always a constant because I manage everything. But, you know, I'll put up a tree and, you know, here and there and performances all over, you know. And I always say there's sacrifices that are to be made with this industry. You know, I haven't been able to settle down or have a family of that things yet. But, you know, it's due to come. But, you know, we'll go spend time with my sister and, you know, I have very close friends that I may get to see. But, you know, I love the holidays nonetheless.
And you have new holiday music.
I do.
Tell me about the latest single.
Okay, so you know me, Ephraim, so, you know, I'm not one to, you know, sing other songs because I think that we're all unique in our own way that God made us. So we have enough to put out there. But I did my version of Silent Night. And I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I did it. And I went in the studio, and I love what took place in there. So it's out now. I hope you enjoy it.
I do. I got to hear it before it was out. So, yes, I enjoy it.
You know, so question, was it different from what you used to me?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course. Okay. But nonetheless good.
Okay.
Tell me about that production process.
Well, worked with George Tyler, phenomenal producer. He also produced You Are Amazing. That has done amazing as well. And I said, George, we need to do something. We need to do a Christmas song. It was supposed to be an EP, but with the year that it's been and all that, it ended up being a single. And flew to Indianapolis, put down the idea. George, you know, created, birthed the track, and then sent it back to me. And we could create ideas in a matter of minutes. So literally that concept was done in 2 minutes. Yeah. So we did a concept for a full EP in literally like 20 minutes. That's our connection as far as musically goes. And I said, all right, I put everything on the shelf, and then I was like, okay, pull it off, give me the song, send it to me. And I went in the studio in 4 hours. What you hear vocally, the arrangements, was created in 4 hours.
What is it about that song in specific you think that made you single that one out of all the Christmas songs you could have done?
Because it's very melodic, you know, and it's a song that everyone loves when they hear it. So I wanted to take a risk and see how I could put a spin on it and make it my own. It's public domain, so I was excited about that.
Yeah.
You know, that was another qualifying factor as far as being an independent business person. So, you know, how best can I take something that everyone knows and put a new spin on it? And man, creating that in the studio with the engineer Dorothy Chan, it was just the two of us.
Wow.
I said, all right, Dorothy, we got to get it. You know, so when there's edits, you know, it's like cut, redo. So in 4 hours, we probably had about 5,000 cuts and retakes, but we got it done.
Nice, beautiful. Now you're also going to do another single for us. Tell me about that one.
Which is my original Christmas song, which is entitled This Time of Year.
It's the time of year, gather around the Christmas tree. What a good time we'll have, laughing and remembering, creating new memories I know, loving those that pass on.
You know, that's an original creation, and it talks about, you know, what I would like Christmas to be as far as with family and around the Christmas tree and creating new memories and reflecting on old memories. So I wanted to write a song that people could relate to as well. You know, although that's not my situation, I'm sure others can relate to it. You know, but yeah.
Tell me about the process of writing it. Where did it come?
Again, George Tyler. We did that on the phone.
Wow, on the phone?
On the phone. I said, George, I need a Christmas song. He's like, all right, so you're going to fly here? I said, no, I don't have time. We literally, in 20 minutes on the phone.
For more information on Anthony Faulkner and his music, be sure to go to afaulkner.com. As we head to break, we do want to share this week's story in pictures. Here's your Studio 5 snapshot for this week. It's an early look at what's described as an extraordinary true story about a father and son learning together. Every day can be the best day of your life. Unbreakable Boy stars some very familiar faces. Young Austin is autistic and has brittle bone disease. His family initially worries about their son's future, but a growing faith and an incredible spirit shine through, making Austin in many ways simply unbreakable. It's in theaters in February, but this Christmas Day, it's your Studio 5 snapshot. Still ahead.
Sleep in heavenly peace.
Hear Anthony's take on the Christmas classic sure to keep you in the Christmas spirit.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is bright.
Welcome back to Studio 5. Anthony Faulkner is bringing us Christmas music for this special day with his own personal version of the classic Christmas tune, Silent Night.
Child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night,
Again, for all things Anthony, visit afaulkner.com. Welcome back to Studio 5. Music helps us to bring you this show each and every week, and this week's soundtrack comes from PJ Morton, my favorite recording artist singing my favorite Christmas song this Christmas. Take a listen, and you'll hear why it's playing in my ear this week.
Your eyes outshine the town, they do. This Christmas, fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
Well, on that musical note, we are just about out of time for this week's edition of Studio 5, so let's look ahead and see what's in store come next week.
Shadows on the wall. Noises down the hall. Life doesn't frighten me at all.
We take an intimate look at the film exhibiting forgiveness. It's the story of an artist coming face to face with his estranged father and the challenge to forgive.
I ain't seen you for 15 years, but now you want to be somebody's granddaddy? You somebody's daddy? Now?
I don't want him to hear this.
This emotional film is inspired by real-life celebrated artist Titus Kaphar. He's the film's writer and director.
People who decided to come on this project believed in the mission of the project, believed in the narrative and what it had the capacity to do in hearts and minds once it existed into the world, once it was fully realized.
Be sure to join us for that story and so much more next week. As for this week, we've got time for just one more thing. We want to give the final word to Anthony Faulkner.
So let's dive into your childhood as we sit here and talk about the holidays. What's the most memorable Christmas for you? What do you remember?
My favorite Christmas would have to be the one where I received my Angela Winbush cassette.
Are you serious?
Yes, absolutely. That was like life-changing for me, you know, to be able to have that intro to this magnificent music world. It literally, like, the light switch came on. Like, this is what I want to do. I don't know how I'm going to get it done, but yeah. And I was able to get a cassette player too that year. So it was a cassette player and that cassette. I think that was it. And the best Christmas ever.
Best Christmas.
Best Christmas ever. Yeah. As a kid, yeah.
Looking at this journey you've had thus far, if you could go back now in time and speak to the little boy getting that cassette, what advice would you give him?
Oh, I would alert him of those pitfalls and those people that would try to set traps to exploit the talent and exploit my gifting that I yet really understood. You know, or the power that I possessed in being able to transform on these stages and create positive change.
Anthony, that is a great final word for this edition of Studio 5 and for this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then please come on back. See where Studio 5 takes you next week. Thank you so much for watching, and Merry Christmas.